Since you're all now becoming serious students of your dreams, one of the things I would strongly encourage you to consider to try and enhance and develop this burgeoning interest in dreams that you have would be to consider joining the International Association for the Study of Dreams. The organization has been in existence for over a quarter of a century. Started out in California as a brief day-and-a-half adventure, and then we took it to the University of Virginia back in 1984. When we did, I had organized it as a 6-day event so that we had a lot of papers presented, we had invited speakers, we had workshops presented as part of it, we had an art show with it, we had a telepathy contest with it. At the end, we had people dressed up as characters from their dreams, and then they would come out and tell us what the story was, what this character was about, and so on. Those have pretty much continued throughout the quarter of a century that IASD has been in existence. It's about a 5-day event. We've had it all over the world. We've met in London, we've met twice in Holland, we've met in Denmark, a couple places in Canada, in Hawaii, and many places around the U.S. So it's a wonderful opportunity to get together with all fellow tribal members who are interested in dreams, and we have a wonderful time. The Dream Ball is always the last event of the conference, and so during it we have all these wonderful costumes, and there can be humorous ones. I mentioned Rita Dwyer a moment ago. One time, for example, she came dressed in her slip, and on the front of her slip was a picture of Freud, so she was a Freudian slip. And so we have other kind of more dramatic ones. We have prizes for the most Freudian, the most Jungian, and the most humorous and the creative, and we have ones for group ones where it would take two, like Adam and Eve, or Yin and Yang, or group ones. Some of the other benefits of joining IASD is that you'll receive a magazine sort of newsletter called Dreamtime, which has a lot of more or less popular articles. They don't have a lot of statistics or tables in them. They have accounts of people working with dreams or people having reviewed certain topics on it. You'll have book reviews in there, popular books. You'll have reviews of movies that have been involving dreams. You'll have advertisements in there for workshops, for new books. And so it's a way of keeping up with what's going on that way. In addition, you get a copy, you get 4 issues a year of the journal. It's a scientific journal called Dreaming, published by the American Psychological Association, in which there are refereed articles in there. There's also online, you can get a list of all the other kind of members. You have online groups and discussion boards, a large number of different discussion boards on different topics like spirituality, psychic dreams, and so on. ISD website has a treasure trove of all kinds of other information. There's incredible literature reviews, so you can go and you can look up hundreds of different books on dreams. They're all sorted by different kinds of topics. One of the other things that we have that's unique with IASD is there's what we have called the Cyber Dreaming Conference. It has been going on now for about 8 or 9 years. It usually is in September, late September, and it goes on for 2 weeks. And with this, there's maybe 15 or 20 different presentations made. So it's online, not very expensive, in the neighborhood of maybe about $35 for the 2 weeks. So you can take it in the comfort of your home just as you're taking this course. You can be there in your pajamas and sitting in front of your computer and reviewing the papers that are there, getting online and making your comments about the papers, asking questions. And so we typically have close to 200 people from around the world sign up for the 2 weeks. So you can get on whenever you want. It's unbroken for that whole 2-week period. Then at the end, you can't ask any more questions because it sort of closes down that way in terms of the interactive mode. But all of the posts that have been made, and there's likely to be 4,000 or 5,000 during that period of time, you can go back and systematically review those. One of the nice features about the Cyber Dreaming Conference is a gallery of artwork and so forth. So we have examples of a wide variety of different art media to represent dreams, and it can be an opportunity to present dream poetry or pictures of dream sculpture and so on. One of the other things is during the Cyber Dreaming Conference, we usually have a psi contest, so that there would be one like for telepathy, and so we'd have that online where, again, somebody's trying to concentrate on a picture, and then people online try, and wherever they are around the world, try and tune into that picture and then send in their guess online, and then there's recognition for that. We have usually a precognition contest where people have to try and dream on a particular date during that 2-week interval of what the picture is going to be 2 or 3 days later during the contest. So it's a really exciting one and a wonderful way to stay hooked up with people, and not the expense then of having to travel to a distant city and go to the conference site. The conference site is your bedroom or wherever you have your computer, and your clothing that's appropriate to go to the conference would be your bathrobe and pajamas, and so you can just sit there and tune in to these fascinating discussions and all these interactions with people who will now get to become some of your very close friends, because on an annual basis now you're kind of having a reunion with them from all these people from around the world.